This could be the start of something new. I'm riding the coattails of another series. Oh, hey everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Tube, where each and every episode I talk about something TV related. Usually it's a TV show that's already been completed, a TV season that I've just recently been, or I'm doing episode by episode reviews of some of your favorite shows currently on the air, like The Rookie or Nancy Drew, or sometimes like this, I just do a random one-off that has nothing to do with the current environment, but I just felt like doing because guess what? I like the product. I like you. I want to talk about it. And I'm also backing up because I realize I'm not really in focus, and I don't want when I'm talking to like, oh no, it's already been like that. Okay, I think I fixed it. Okay, I think I fixed it. Good. Anyway, so this episode, because on the usual Saturday time slot, I talk usually about musicals. I love musicals for some reason. I really do. This whole musical trope on What's on the Tube started when I was reviewing High School Musical, the series, back in November, which felt like so long ago, Jesus Christ. And granted, it's been a while since that I returned to that franchise. But with currently our current musical show, Katie Clean, on a brief hiatus due to COVID, I had decided, like, okay, so last week I did Big Time Rush, which focuses on music. And I was really debating, like, I didn't want to skip an episode, so I was wondering, what can I fill in the time that was musical related, that I really love, and I gotta fix that cord when I'm done here. Actually, I'm gonna go fix it right now. So, anyway, I decided, you know what, I could do High School Musical, the first movie, but of course, obviously, you'll ask yourself, well, I'm reviewing TV shows, so how does High School Musical classify as a TV show? Technically, I always said, what's on the tube? What's made for TV? High School Musical 1 and its sequel, High School Musical 2, was made for Disney Channel, which was a TV network, which is a TV network. I'm acting like Disney Channel's dead, which it's not dead, sadly. Anyway, so with that being said, that's my reasoning for, like, that's why I'm able to review High School Musical 1. And so I rewatched it recently while preparing for High School Musical, the musical, the series. And it was kind of hard to not make comparisons between that movie and the show, because no matter what, I said this on my review series on season 1, there was no way possible that High School Musical, the show, was never going to match, if not do better than the show, than do better than the movie, because the movie was in a special time period. It was made specifically for the movie. All the series can do is just respect it and do their own take on it, which I think they did strongly in the show. The movie stands out on its own because, A, it's a timeless classic. It's one of those DCOMs, as people call them, Disney Channel original movies, that is just going to be cemented in history. It's one of those, this is the prime example of a DCOM should be. It had a great story. The cast was lovable. It kind of broke norms a little bit, and it told the right story at the right time period, that it just connected with, at least someone could relate to someone in the movie. And it was weird. Like, I don't know how to describe it, because I know it's just simple, like, you know, it's a simple, like, love story, but it has more layers to that. Like, even it's a Disney Channel original, and I'm not trying to, like, mock the I'm not trying to mock the franchise or the title or the standard of the movies, because, like, well, to be honest, as time goes on, that the quality could easily degrade. So I don't know how current DCOMs are. I haven't watched anything since Camp Rock 2, I want to say, was the last one I saw. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with that for now. But so when it came to High School Musical, for me, like, I didn't watch the first one live, because this was me denying the musical elements that I had inside of me. And this could be also a parallel to Troy's character, that initially he was so hesitant to go into music, because that was not accepted in the group he belonged in, which was jocks and basketball and, you know, sports. It didn't fit into that. Well, for me, it was definitely, I don't want to be a cliche person and like this because the characters the females look cute, or the guys were funny. I didn't want to go and I didn't want to be This is the one time I'll say this. I will never repeat these words again, but I have to kind of explain my point. I didn't want to be a normie. And I didn't want to conform to, like, everyone loves this, so I need to love it. I didn't want to do that. So I turned my eye away. Then it wasn't around the promos for High School Musical 2 started up, and it was like, this is interesting. And then I saw the first one, because I don't remember how I saw the first one. I think I was completely bored one night. It was on. It was like, you know what? Why not? I have 2 hours to kill. I'll watch this. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like being a kid, not understanding like how high school is going to be like. And then seeing that, because like I've seen other Disney Channel shows. I think Nickelodeon was still doing live action stuff back then. I was seeing other interpretations of like stuff way ahead of me, because I was still in elementary school when I was watching High School Musical specifically. So me seeing high school, so it's like my interpretation of high school was that everyone has a clique, everyone has their own style, everyone just conforms to the norms of the school within their subculture. There's no intermingling. That's always been my interpretation of high school. And this movie turned it upside down, not just in the concept of it, but also during the movie itself. You saw how it changed. Now the thing is that I said this before in the High School Musical, the series review series, and I'll say this again now. When I was talking about the show, I always said that Nini was the main character of the show, and I still stand by that. Regardless if Troy is the main character in the movies, it's Gabriella who's actually the one pushing the things forward. Like, sure, we're seeing Troy's journey throughout the movies, changing from what he is in the beginning of the first movie, and then we see him at the end of the last movie, completely different, accepting who he really is. We see that journey like a lot in that in those movies. But really, if it wasn't for Gabriella and seeing how her life fits into this larger picture and her affecting everything, and we're going to see this as we go through the sequels, it showcased that Gabriella is still also, I think, is still the main character of this whole of these movies. Like, these movies would not have happened had Gabriella not been there. And I know there's probably some screenwriter terminology for that character trope, but for me, Gabriella is the main character of these movies, and we see that throughout. Even though like it's both their story, it's a little bit more Gabriella, because like if it wasn't for her, and they emphasize this more in the third movie, but I'm just jumping around here just so you can get my understanding. She caused everything to happen. She changed everything for the better, regardless of all the misturns, all the dramatic moments they had to deal with. They still got through it, and everyone changed because of her. And that's something I always carried with, especially as I saw in the show, how they managed to respect that legacy and managed to continue that going in the show. But anyway, enough about comparing the movie to the show and all that. Let's get to the movie itself. I'm going to do a very butchered recap on this, because this is what's on the tube. I do a butchered recap of the product, because that's how I usually process my farts, and you understand what I'm going through, and then we'll get to the actual review. But before I get to that, overall baseball, I still love this movie. This movie still holds up, even now, me going after high school, me still now finishing up college. I still respect the hell out of this movie. I still really like this movie. I feel like the sequels are better, but the songs here were still classics. And some things just don't hold out, like the whole Zac Efron melding with another singing actor. Like, Zac Efron's main singing voice was better hands down, but I understand why he didn't want to go full on in the first movie. So I understand that. And this definitely felt like a TV movie, so definitely the budget, everything kept going up and up and up when we got to the sequels. So looking back on it, definitely we come a long way, but it's also like it still showcases that even just having a story and having your characters tell them can still make the movie better, regardless of the budget or what you're working with. But anyway, let's go through the very, very, very butchered recap. And my recommendation, I highly recommend you see this movie before you go for my butchered recap, because I'm going to forget many things. So we start off in some weird snowy place where we see Troy Bolton playing basketball with his dad. Apparently, even when they're on vacation from high school, they're still playing basketball because he is the I think he's the starring. He's the star player on the Wildcats, the East High's basketball team, and his dad's the coach. So the Ryan Trouble is that no matter what, at least at this point, there's in the actual in-universe story, they're always playing basketball, no matter what. And the mom shows up. She's kind of like, "Hey, listen, we got this party to attend to, so we need to go right now. Go get dressed, go get changed." And she's telling her, "Hey, listen, there's a teens party downstairs in the lodge you want to go to." He's not really down for that, but he's like, you know what? There's something. His parents aren't going to spend New Year's for him, so he's probably gonna dip. He's probably gonna head out there. And so we head to the party. It's your typical teen party, you got the lights, you got the music, you got karaoke, you got colorful fruit drinks because, yeah, they really aged down what an actual teen party is. So good for you, Disney Channel. And we also see Gabriella there. She's reading a book, and no, but before that, we see Gabriella reading a book in the hotel. Her mom tells her, "Hey, listen, there's a party. I got you a dress. Why don't you go have fun for a night, because before the big move, kind of a tease of what's to come." So they're both at the party. They both don't know each other yet. And there's this karaoke machine, and this guy who I'm pretty sure is the DJ or something like that, he's like picking out random people from the crowd, like, "Hey, come on, do some karaoke." So he picks Troy and Gabriella. And the line that I think is infamous in HSM history is that, "You'll thank me for this. Thank you, random DJ guy. Thank you for giving us three great movies and a pretty forgettable spin-off movie." Anyway, so it's pretty awkward because like there's Troy who doesn't want to. These two characters don't even want to be there. Like they have other better things to do, but they're there. They're forced to do this, and we have the very hesitant Troy and the shy Gabriella. This isn't going to work out. Like this is going to be like, oh, she's going to leave. It's going to be a very awkward. Like, okay, this is not happening. But Troy, because he's the dude, he's got to leave. He starts singing the first lyrics of the song. I think it's what's the name of the song? The start of something new. And after he says his verse, he starts to walk away because Gabriella isn't like on cue and singing her lines. So as soon as he turns away, she starts singing, and then he sees this whole different side of her. And this is also the term where we also see like there's something more to this person than meets the eye, if I have to quote a Transformers reference. And as they continue singing, as we see them grow, and we even in one song we see them grow into these different people. Like we saw two completely different people before the karaoke song, and then as the song continues going, they open up, they start getting more happy, they start smiling more, and they become something else. And so after the karaoke song's over, they branch away. They talk to each other for a little bit, getting to like know each other on the very basic levels of getting to know someone. New Year's hits. I don't think they hugged. I think they were still talking to each other, so I guess they were distracted. But before they dipped, Troy got her digits. Gabrielle got his digits. However, she already had to dip out as soon as Troy asked her, "Hey, where do you live?" And so that kind of led nowhere. Nothing happened. And then so we cut back a couple weeks later, back to East High. It's in New Mexico, and it's the start of the winter semester, I believe. Or I don't know how high school worked in '06. I really don't know. I didn't join high school until 2011, so sorry for that. And so everyone's getting back to normal. Vacation time's over, so I'm going to go back to work. The winter musical is now casting for characters, and now there's going to be auditions. I'm sorry if I'm being so dramatic. And so we still get to introduce the other East High students that are main core characters, as we'll see throughout the franchise. We see Chad Danford, Troy's best friend, and also his right hand to the East High Wildcats. Very much into basketball. That's all he cares about. Basketball. Sorry if I butchered the basketball's wording there. And we also see, I think this is where we also get introduced to Sharpay and Evan. And is it Evans? No, I'm Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting how am I forgetting the name? Oh my God, I feel so sorry, Lucas Gabriel. I'm so sorry. Please don't sue me. Is it Evan? Oh my God, do I not remember one of the core six? Wait, I got this. Do not mock me, High School Musical fans. I will remember this. Hold on. I think I was right. I think it was Evan. Evan. No, I'm getting confused with now with Zach and Cody because Ashley Tisdale, such a great actress. She actually played 3 different characters for her Disney Channel career. Jesus Christ. Sharpay and Evan. Yeah, it was Evan. I don't know. I knew it was right. I just don't. I had a brain fart there. So we introduced the Sharpay and Evan, this brother sister theatrical duo, always together, always focusing on advancing their theatrical careers, and also the stars of every musical production. And we don't get introduced to the others yet. So while Troy and everyone else is getting reacquainted back in the East High, it's also Gabriella's first day. Coincidentally enough, Gabriella moved from her old location to Albuquerque and is now going to attend East High. And ironically, because this is a movie, everything has to be ironic, she gets paired into the homeroom of every other core character, including Troy. So initially, Troy's a bit confused. Like, he doesn't recognize her. He sees her briefly. He's like, wait a minute. So he whips out the very old flip phone, calls her up, and Gabriella's like, I forget what was the ringtone, but it was like a very cute ringtone. So kind of confirming like, oh my god, this is the same girl from a couple weeks ago, which I guess she also told Chad for a bit, but I guess Chad didn't really care because it wasn't basketball related or something. So Troy and Gabriella gets detention. Convincingly, Chad and Sharpay and no, not Sharpay, just Chad. Every one of the core characters somehow gets detention, so they have to go to the theater department, but we'll get to that in a second. So after class is over, Troy and Gabriella kind of catch up, get reacquainted, and Gabriella's kind of noticing that Troy's kind of acting a little bit different than he was back at the party. Troy's being honest with her. He's like, yeah, they don't really know about the karaoke stuff. They don't really know I sang because that doesn't fit the norm of like what's going on around here in the school. Because again, like I mentioned before, there's a certain ecosystem that's already in place. Like everyone has their own cliques. Everyone has their own like subdivisions of society. Just stick to that and you'll be fine. So that's kind of where Troy doesn't want to like kind of ruin that up because he doesn't want there to be issues or anything. So I think from there they kind of split off. I don't know how they split off again, and I think we all get reacquainted in the. Now I think Gabriella goes to her next class and she meets. Oh god, why do I keep forgetting? Monique. Is it? I think it's Monique. Or maybe it could be the actress's name. Jesus Christ, I feel so horrible for forgetting. I want to say it's Monique. I'm going to say it's Monique. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. So Gabriella impresses her, and she wants her to join the academic team. But Gabriella's a little bit hesitant. She's like, "Hey, I just moved here. I don't want to take over because apparently she has aced every single thing academically she has in her prior school. She doesn't want to do that again here. She wants to take it slow and just be a normal student, but she's not having that. She's not having that at all. So we cut to the theater department where Miss Darbus, oh my god, I mean Miss Darbus, hands down, one of the best characters in the entire movies, hands down. She is getting the troops riled up for the upcoming the auditions, and so but Troy, Chad, and Gabriella are there to kind of paint sets for the upcoming. I don't know what they're doing. They're painting something. It's always painting for some reason. Like the tension in high school, you're painting for free, you're working for free, and Miss Darbus does a whole expositional speech of like, yeah, the auditions are from this time and this time. It could be a solo audition, it could be a duo audition, that sort of stuff. But Sharpay and Evan are already like kind of dead set. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be what's the point? We're already gonna be the star performers again. Why is anyone else auditioning for the lead roles? But Troy and Gabrielle overhear this. They're kind of interested in it, but they don't really want to explore that yet. So we cut to Troy, or I think I skipped this over, but we cut to the gym where the Wildcats are training. They start the next song, Get Your Head in the Game. Not the best song in my opinion, kind of like the lower. Like it's still a good song, but it's kind of like one of the lowest ranked. It's not the thing that pops in my head when I think of High School Musical. Troy's trying to get his head literally back in the game because like Gabriella's in town now, and he wants to spend time with her, but he also remembers like what he was associating himself with when he was with her last time, so he doesn't want to go there for just yet. And so I think Troy and Gabriella briefly talk about like actually auditioning, but they're kind of like both denying like they want to because while they kind of like they kind of really do want to, they kind of don't want to like say yes or no because they don't want to get pushed in that direction just because of their other responsibilities. And I'm gonna start really jumping around a lot because this is the butchered recap. I'm forgetting a lot of things. So Yeah, like clockwork, they both they're interested, but they don't want the others to know what they're doing, so they both secretly head off to just view the auditions. And so we see everyone else do very poor auditions, and then we get the Sharpay and Evan, and oh no, wait, oh my god, oh my god, Sharpay Evans is the name, the full name. Oh my god, I feel so horrible. Oh my god. Ryan! Oh my god, Ryan! How the fuck did I forget that? Sharpay and Ryan. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I completely forgot. Okay, so Sharpay and Ryan performed pretty well against their pianist's kind of what she wanted to do, which is Chelsea. No, wait. Is it Chelsea? Oh my god, I'm forgetting names again. I think it's Chelsea. Is it Chelsea? Oh my god, I feel so. I call myself a High School Musical fan, let alone I can't even remember half the people's lists. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Kelsey. So, and then while the audition, and then Troy and Gabrielle were about to audition, but Miss Star said, "No, you're late. It's over. You got to be on time for this stuff." So we're moving on, and kind of disappointed. Kelsey actually drops her papers, her song papers. Troy and Gabrielle rush to help her. They view this. They start singing the song that she was going to play. They start singing the song, and Miss Darby's like, "Okay, you got a call back. You didn't do a proper full audition. I'll give you a call back because you're damn good, not just because you're the main characters." So the next day, all hell breaks loose because the names are posted on the callbacks list. Everyone just starts going ape shit. Chat's like, "Oh my god. What does this mean? What does this mean for the games? Like, we got a musical guy now?" I'm sorry if I look like a junkie. It's like, what the hell's going on? And Sharpay's not happy because like there's competition for the lead role. Like there's actual competition, and they break it to "Stick to the Status Quo" song, which is another one of those memorable songs because like again, it's defying the norms. Like they're trying to break through your typical high school cliches. And no one is having it. They want everyone to stay the same. Everyone's just not having it. And then Gabriella just walks in being shy again when she realizes like this is all because of you and Troy, and she's not having the attention. And then she drops her food on Sharpay. That was pretty funny. So I think from there, we get a couple scenes where Troy and Gabriella do agree to like, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna knock the park out of this this callback. And so they start secretly meeting, with Kelsey trying to like get acquainted with, the song and trying to like trying to like practice more while also keeping this all a secret from everyone else. And they're both just they're also denying this to everyone around them, all their own groups, to try and just keep the peace for now before things blow up because they just want to do they want to do the audition. However, Monique is not happy with it because she knows something's up. So she actually plans with Chad and the Wildcats. Like, yeah, we need to break them out. This is ruining everything. We have our academic debate to worry about. You guys have your game. We need to both win this. We need our star players back. So they actually do a kind of a shady plan to like split them up, and it works. The Wildcats manage to get Troy to admit that, hey, I don't care about her. I don't care about all this. I'm just doing this because I don't want to break her feelings. Gabrielle listens to this, she cries, and yeah, both sides realize eventually because they both start getting affected. Like Troy cannot shoot a basketball for crap anymore, and Gabriella just is starting to get more sad and sadder. So they both realize, like, yeah, we made a freaking huge mistake. So they admit the truth to one another. They get them back to reconcile. They are all supportive. They're all a team again. They all sing more songs that I feel sorry for not remembering more. Oh god. And then Sharpay, being the villain as she is, decides, no, there's only one way to do it. She decides to move the academic debate and the basketball. I don't even know how she does it. She moves stuff around. No, she moves the audition time to conveniently time with the academic debate. The debate or the debacle or the academic challenges. And also the big basketball game, the championship game. Conveniently, all of these things are going on at the same time. And so the teams are like fucked because they have to realize, okay, we need to get these two to the audition to prove their points. And this is all against it. So another team collaborate. They delayed the academic stuff, and they postponed the game just for a few minutes to get them to the theater. I don't know what song they sing. Soaring and Flying. Yeah, I think Soaring and Flying is the name of the song. I always forget. Like that's the most common lyric to pop around, and that's again the perfect song to end. Well, not to end the movie, but like to end this journey. Like these two have done a lot of things to just get to this moment, and we see Troy's dad and Gabriella's mom show up. It's like, this is not my child, but I'm also proud of my child. I'm proud of them, what they're becoming next, and seeing everyone being there, like supporting, like, yeah, we can conform, we can change, we can. It doesn't have to just be this and that. It could be this and a little bit of that. You know, it's a great old message for everyone. So while they didn't exactly, I think they pretty much proved that Troy and Gabriella got the parts. I don't think they actually focused on that too much. So then they go back to their actual individual events. Gabriella in the East High wins the academic stuff, and East High Wildcats win the championship games. They celebrate, they all hug. Troy and Gabriella were about to kiss. Some random dude stops them. Screw you, random dude. And they sing We're All in This Together, which is, I think, the perfect song to end this movie, because it's, I mean, again, remember, they weren't even thinking about sequels by this point, so this was definitely like, as a one-off movie, this could have been easily like, okay, it's a one-off movie. That's it. This is the perfect way. Like, we're all in this together. There is no real, like, division. Those lines are broken down, and we're all the same. We're all, you know, equal, and we all can be whatever we want to be. And we're all in this together. I think I'm repeating that for the third time. And, yeah, that's the end of the movie. I'm sorry. I've pretty much given the worst recap of High School Musical ever in the history of the world, and I apologize. But I am sorry. This is what's in the tube, which gives you very butchered recaps. So please forgive me and watch the movie before you watch this. But again, overall, I still love this movie. Like, all the songs are noteworthy. I could easily pop them all on YouTube anytime I want and just listen to them again for old time's sakes. And the characters, they're all lovable in their own way. And we see every one of them have their own journey and how they change by the end of the movie. And it was really good, really good. And I would not hesitate to not watch this again anytime soon. And I give this the highest commitment on this show, which is 2 thumbs up. And I think that's going to do it for me. I really love this movie. I really do. There's not much I can say. But I do love the sequels even more. But I think it's a little bit later down the road. A little bit later. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you weren't aware, this was What's in the Tube from ActionX, where we were reviewing very butcherly the first High School Musical movie. If you're interested in our High School Musical stuff, or you're interested in me talking about more High School Musical stuff, I did a whole entire first season review on High School Musical, the music of the series, back in late last year, early this year. So you want to go check that out, go ahead. It's all posted, it's all done. If you're curious about my thoughts on High School Musical 2, it's going to be a while before I get to that. It's going to be a little bit of a while. That's a bit more bigger movie to tackle. So we'll get to that more later. But I will review High School Musical 2 at some point in the near future. High School Musical 3, that's up in the air. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, yeah. But if you are curious to see what else we do on What's in the Tube, we usually do episode reviews weekly on The Rookie on Mondays, Nancy Drew on Thursdays, and Katie Clean normally on this time slot on Saturdays. Well, this is getting posted on Sunday because I was delayed on this recording. But anyway, but however, if you only cared about High School Musical stuff, there is content for you. There's at least 11 videos out there for your consumption. And I hope you enjoy and maybe stick around long enough. And if you are wanting to stick around long enough, please subscribe to ActionX on YouTube. Ring the bell for notifications when we have a new video live. Like, favorite, share, if you please. And also follow us on our social media feeds to be updated on what's going on with the channel and our videos. And I'll see you guys next week. Well, I'll see you guys. Well, if you're Katie Clean's, like if you're just High School Musical people, you can go watch our older content. I'm sorry, I'm being more blunt here. I'm really tired. Yeah, I'm tired. Sorry, guys. But if you are sticking around because you're a musical fan and you like Katie Clean, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. We're all in this together once we know.